It's week 9 of the NFL, and we'll see this team's creative quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. We can hardly wait for the start of this one, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they come in playing well on both sides of the ball. Winners of 6 of their last 8 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. But you look at this defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
From the gun on third down, Sanders. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Returnable for Thomas. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Off the play fake. Flores. That one out wide and intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. Now Sanders throwing to start the drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options and throws it away. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Sanders. And he fires one incomplete. When you look at this defense, They interplay one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Back to throw. Flores. He'll get this to Baker.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And here's Flores from the gun on third down. Under pressure, and down he goes. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's 3rd and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the gun on third down. Sanders got his man complete over the middle. It's Martin. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw is Sanders. Off the play fake. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go. Operating from the gun. Sanders. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Flores working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 now. Slant route to Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. On first down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. The tight end, Cameron. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Back to throw. Flores. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Can't get away, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Sanders now, operating from the gun. That's taken in by Watson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's got Lewis. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun, Sanders. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. As we check out the league leaders in passing yards, you can see he's right up there among the best in the NFL at this point in the season. To throw is Flores. Throwing to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Flores now from the gun on 3rd down. Throw out wide is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Off play action. Sanders. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Sanders And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Throwing to start the drive. Flores. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Flores. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. So they bring out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing to start the drive. Sanders. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Operating from the gun. Sanders. Finds his receiver, Watson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Operating from the gun. Sanders. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Torres. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 15. Pressure comes and down he goes. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the home team who are out in front. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see currently they trail in that ball game. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to a breakthrough, and things should open up as we move along.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
From the 35, here's second down and 2. Off the play fake, Flores. And it's caught by the tight end Cameron. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Flores. And Cameron has it over the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
That's complete to Baker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down. Off play action. Flores. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And as a result, possession switches hands. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, Sanders. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he's able to get it out of there. Here's Thomas. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt, but with the rain, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Back to throw. Flores able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Flores. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on third down, Flores. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Sanders. And it's complete to Martin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Off the play fake. Sanders. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And in the second half of a tie game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down. From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Looking to throw. Sanders. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the fourth. Sanders, off play action. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
Talk about a momentum shifter right there. Tie game, fourth quarter. These are the plays that win you games. And now defensively, the question becomes, how do you respond?
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sanders. Oh, he stays up. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
Ball start. Offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. And he's going to use his legs here. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
2nd and 1. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. Well, I think we both got to thinking the team that scores the first TD may be the one to win this football game. And here we go. Our first touchdown, and it comes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it's a testament that both of these defenses were able to hold the line this long. But now, on the other side of the field, they've got to be thinking if they got it done, we should be able to punch one in ourselves.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Thomas will come in motion right. 2nd and 3. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw. Flores firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
That one whistled against David Bakhtiari. They'll look to throw again. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The offense on third down, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Flores. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Cameron, the man in motion. He's got the hook up to Miller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He gets it to Thomas. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Looking to throw. Flores. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Operating from the gun, Flores. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Back to throw. Sanders. He finds his man. Complete. It's Torres. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a first down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory. And they'll indeed take a knee. Up the middle they go. Torres. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffer the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for our visitors, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.